Welcome to World Chronicles, your go-to channel for exploring the fascinating stories that shaped our world. In today's episode, we dive deep into one of the most significant chapters in modern history, the Cold War. Join us as we unravel the complexities, conflicts, and consequences of this global standoff that defined the second half of the 20th century. The Cold War emerged after World War II, when the United States and the Soviet Union, two superpowers with contrasting ideologies, found themselves at odds. On one side, the U.S. championed democracy, capitalism, and individual freedoms, while on the other side, the Soviet Union stood for communism and state control. This ideological divide laid the groundwork for decades of tension and rivalry. The Soviet Union, under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, sought to expand its influence across Eastern Europe and beyond. The U.S., fearing the spread of communism, responded with the Truman Doctrine, which pledged support to nations resisting Soviet aggression. This marked the beginning of an arms race and the formation of military alliances such as NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. One of the most iconic symbols of the Cold War was the Berlin Wall, erected in 1961 to separate East and West Berlin. The wall served as a physical barrier, preventing East Germans from fleeing to the West. This concrete manifestation of the division between communism and capitalism stood for nearly 3 decades, until its fall in 1989 became a powerful symbol of the Cold War's end. The tension between the U.S. and the Soviet Union reached its peak during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. The U.S. discovered that the Soviet Union had installed nuclear missiles in Cuba, just a stone's throw away from American soil. This nearly led to a full-blown nuclear conflict, but ultimately a peaceful resolution was reached, highlighting the importance of diplomacy and negotiation in times of crisis. The Cold War extended into outer space with the space race, a competition between the U.S. and the Soviet Union to achieve various milestones in space exploration. In 1969, the U.S. successfully landed the first humans on the Moon, marking a significant victory in the race. This technological rivalry pushed the boundaries of scientific achievement and showcased the capabilities of each superpower. The Cold War was not limited to Europe and the United States. It also played a significant role in shaping conflicts in other parts of the world, notably the Vietnam War. The U.S. supported South Vietnam in its fight against Communist North Vietnam, while the Soviet Union and China provided military aid to the North. The Vietnam War became a proxy battleground where superpower tensions played out, causing immense human suffering. As the 1980s progressed, the policies of Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev brought about a period of significant change. The policy of glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring, aimed to reform the Soviet Union's political and economic systems. This shift, combined with mounting internal and external pressures, ultimately led to the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, signifying the end of the Cold War era. The fall of the Berlin Wall set in motion a chain of events that led to the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The once mighty communist empire disintegrated, and the world witnessed the birth of new nations and the emergence of a unipolar world order, with the United States as the sole superpower. The Cold War had come to an end, but its impact would continue to shape global politics. Today, the remnants of the Cold War are still visible in international relations, regional conflicts, and geopolitical dynamics. The echoes of that era continue to influence policies and shape alliances. Understanding the complexities and lessons of the Cold War is crucial in comprehending the current global landscape and the challenges we face in the 21st century. And there you have it, the Cold War, an era of ideological struggle, military brinkmanship, and global tension. It left an indelible mark on our history, reminding us of the fragility and resilience of human civilization. Join us next time on World Chronicles as we explore more captivating stories that have shaped our world. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring.